Well, hey everybody, we want to welcome our guests to our Friday live stream on multiple different platforms. Adrian, who we have with us today?
So we have Michael Wong of the Laulima Giving Program, and I just want to say welcome back because we've had you on our radio show, and I think we've done a Friday live with you before.
Yes,
Yes, and it's so timely though, especially with all the programs that you have coming up for the holiday season. So
yeah, and you know what? Speaking of the holiday season, it's always good to get closer to people so that you have better communication. So, Michael, you know what I'm going to ask you to do?
Yes,
you
sir.
see the chair that's all the way by the door? Come sit by that chair by the door. Because I know I've done.
Far away. Come closer.
You're so far away. Yeah.
Carol King at his finest. I like that.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Because when we used to do Zooms, Adrian and I used to do a ton of Zooms in that conference room, and you're in my seat. That was my seat when we do the Zooms, so I know that's a good seat.
Place of honor.
Yeah. So thank you so much. We have some good long history here with Michael. We knew you from Salient Communications. If people who listen to our real estate radio show, that's where we record it. And now you're with the Laulima Giving Program. What can you tell us about? Well, first of all, tell us about you real quick. Are you from here? Are you from Paris, France?
Local boy, born in Kona. Came over to Oahu for the big city life when I was 3.
Nice.
So lived here, graduated locally here, went to college on the mainland, stayed there and did a 20-year career as a teacher and an athletic director. That was fantastic. But as my children became college aged, I knew I needed to have a little bit more finances coming through the home. So I started advertising. Then I did that for 24 years. So now, for the last 3 years, I've been able to help the Laulima Giving Program help people who are struggling throughout the state, and I'm so blessed to do that.
One more question. You could have been graduated cum laude from Harvard and then got another degree at Yale, and people don't care. What high school did you go to?
Hawaiian Mission Academy. Hawaiian Mission Academy. Yep.
All right. What's did they have like a mascot or anything like Go Owl?
When you come from a small Christian school, we never even played sports.
Oh, you guys was like Go Jesus.
Go Jesus.
Go Jesus.
Never loses.
That's a good figure to have there as something to get you motivated. Jesus is always good for motivation.
Yes.
Okay, so Adrian, question.
I would say, speaking of Jesus, we've got Christmas coming up, and I know that you guys have some programs and some things that you need assistance with from the community. Maybe you could share with us a little bit, like what do you guys have going on?
Of course, be happy to. The Laulima Giving Program used to be a fourth quarter push because of Christmas. Momi Akana, our executive director, is always concerned about the Keiki. Therefore, we would look to make sure children who are less fortunate have a new present or two under the Christmas tree, or a Christmas tree at all. So we look to do that, except now we've expanded it to the whole year. So I'm full-time throughout the year because people suffer in March and April, right? And so what we do is we have caseworkers who send us families. And what we're doing right now is we're having an Adopt a Family campaign that's going on right now. The nice thing about this is we usually try to help about 1,000 people a year. We've surpassed that already. We usually have about 70 or 80 sponsors for the Adopt a Family. In other words, these are companies who will say, send me a family of 4. We will look at their story, we'll look at their needs, and we'll adopt them. We'll fulfill their needs list and move forward from there. This year, we have over 175 sponsors. How amazing is that? So not only businesses, but local people that just say, we want to help. I want to teach my children how to be givers and to not have all Christmas be about them. But how about we divert some of the funds and help a person your age, my 12-year-old son, to give to somebody that they may never meet, but because they've seen the story and because they felt compelled to help, they're creating that. My school, in fact, has a Laulima Day. And what they do is, it's going to be on the 15th of this of December, this month already. What they do is they have an assembly. The children come by. They bring one present, either a household, a personal hygiene item, or a toy. Somebody that they know would enjoy it because it's the same age, and then we pick those up, and just a fantastic time. But let's get a little bit closer. Tomorrow is Laulima Day. Laulima Day, we're going to be at Kahala Mall and Windward Mall and Queen Ka'ahumanu on Maui. We used to do 6 malls across on the same day, but because of COVID, we had to pare it back, so we were only at the 3 malls. We're going to be there at the malls from 10 o'clock in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. KHON, our media partner, are going to be our MCs at all 3 places. And what people do is they come and enjoy the hula, the music, the passion of Christmas, where it's good to give. And we receive those things, and then we make sure we don't give them out before Christmas. At the Windward Mall, we have something really special. Oh,
Michael, if our viewers or listeners want to go find out more, is all of the schedules about where you guys will be and how they can serve, is it on the Laulima Giving Program.org?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Perfect.
Good,
so
good
everything's
point.
there.
Everything's right there. Mm-hmm. So we had a huge sponsor, 7-Eleven, the biggest amount of sponsorship ever at Keiki Āina. We have received sponsorships and donations, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. This year, 7-Eleven donated $40,000 to Laulima.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, go get your musubi and your big goat. It stunned me when I made the presentation to the marketing director. All I do is I share the story, and then I let them decide how would you like to participate, like I've done with you. And when I left the meeting, she said, you know what, we'll give you 20,000, which is way more than we ever got from them before. And I was blessed. I was blown away. I was stunned. And then when I got home, I saw an email from Annika, and she said, we had a meeting, and we're going to give you 40,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, that was an actual check. It wasn't the deluxe teriyaki spam musubi, right?
Can you imagine? You'd have to back up a truck to put $40,000 worth of those musubis, right? Back it up.
We like a 40-foot container of spam musubi. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
With these funds, like what kind of programs or resources will the Laulima Giving Program be able to provide to the underprivileged families?
Very good question. Many of the families that are referred to us, because we're a referral-based program. In other words, a family cannot say, hey, I need stuff, send me stuff. We have somebody speak for them, either a caseworker, a pastor, a teacher, or somebody that knows their story, and they make the application for the family. And so what we do is, there are times that if somebody needs money for cancer treatment that's only available on the mainland, we will send them a check, $5,000 check, or whatever amount of things you can help them. Because our job, what we want to do is, when their lives go south, they take that little dip. We all have those seasons. We help them get back up to where they were before, in the hopes that they'll pay it forward when they have the opportunity later. Because it's not always bad in your life. There's some times of refreshing. And during that time, we hope that they would come back. And we have a lot of those people who've been helped before and now have come back and said, okay, how can I help? How can I adopt a family? How can I donate? Where do I donate? And then it's been a fantastic time. So that's tomorrow at Windward and Kahala and Queen Ka'ahumanu.
So Michael, could you maybe share some of your recent success stories of families who have been positively impacted?
Of course.
Program? Yeah.
The stories that come to us, I have to say that the roughest part of my job is to read the stories, because they're heartbreaking. I'm sure you both have met people that went through some dark times, and sometimes they have to change their lives, and we help them with that too. We always want to make for them to be self-sustaining. Because of that, we don't help the same people over and over. We don't help the homeless. That's another agency that does that here in Hawaii. We help people who live in the gap and make too much money to help get government assistance, and then or they're just going through a tough time where I don't know what I'm going to do now. So we help those kind of people. We've had a couple of stories this year where cancer was involved, and my family has been touched by cancer. I hate cancer. Cancer, I wish I could just step on its neck. But when the cancer stories come in, there was a recent story of a mother who didn't know what to do. She went to the doctor. She said, you know what, I'm always tired. I don't know what it is. Is it a vitamin deficiency? And the doctor said, let's run some tests. And come to find out, she had stage 4 cancer. And you know what her main concern was? How do I tell my family? How do I tell my kids? What's the next step? I don't know what to do. And so we reached out through the caseworker to contact the mother and say, so what do you need? How are some things that we can help? Sometimes even to just divert their attention. Sometimes just going to dinner and a movie gives a little oasis of time to exhale when they're going through tough times. And then we follow up with them about, what are some things that you need during this time. We're not the biggest nonprofit, but we work really hard to help people in ways that we can. We can't pay off mortgages. We can't help people with utilities, because that tends to be something that happens over and over again. So we give assistance to those people. And as you know, cash is king. We use that cash not just for Christmas time, but throughout the year when we receive applications from people who are struggling. We make a determination about how we can help. And like I said, we're not the biggest, but we do our best to supply some type of relief to these families as they suffer. So I think I've read like 6 cancer stories. The one that made the most impact in my life so far was a little girl who was found to have cancer. And she's not supposed to have cancer at 12. That's not supposed to happen. But when her family was informed that, the mom on the way home called the family and said, I'm bringing her home right now. And you notice I'm not using names. We are very cautious to protect the privacy of the people. Some people don't, Hawaiian style. I'm okay. Don't need to put anything in for me. But she called the family, and when she got home with the girl, they had all shaved their heads to let them know, girl, we with you. And that kind of story, just like, wow, from children all the way to kupuna, all bzzz, we're with you. We'll walk through this with you. You're not alone.
Yeah. Telly Savalas would be proud of this family.
We should have called Uncle Telly.
Adrian doesn't even know who Telly Savalas is, probably.
You're too young, Adrian. You're too young.
He was a detective. He always had a lollipop, but he was bald.
Yeah.
He always had a lollipop.
Yeah.
But anyway, such an awesome program. Go ahead, Adrian.
So I also, before we wrap things up with you, Michael, I know we've been talking about the Laulima Giving Program, but there's also the Keiki o Āina program that takes place and is a big part of what you guys do. So maybe you could touch a little bit on that as well.
Of course. We're celebrating our 25th year. Momi Akana, a single mom of 3 children, didn't know how to get help. And so she found resources through Kamehameha Schools, Office of Hawaiian Affairs, General Electric, and she created a hui right there in Kalihi to find out women who were in the same position, either suffering from abusive relationships, drug issues, and how to get straight and how to find the straight and narrow. So in 1996, she established Keiki o Āina. She wanted this focus to be on the children of this land. Keiki o Āina is a Christian Native Hawaiian nonprofit whose focus is to develop and help the children, the next generation. That's why we have back to school drives, because we know that if the children don't have the needed supplies at school, they can't be successful. So we go to our friends at Walmart and we collect supplies. We bring back, last year we donated 19 boxes, 19 schools, public schools, about 6 or 7 of those large packing boxes per school, because we want, and the teachers were thrilled because they know that if the child doesn't have the supplies, it comes out of their pocket. So we make a good partnership with that as well. But Keiki Āina is focused on education. We teach children 0 to 5 free of charge. They can either come to our sites, we have 11 statewide, or we even do home visits. We want the parents, the young parents, to know that this is where your child should be as far as developmental stages. We also let them know this is why he cries at 2 in the morning. Don't be upset. This is the natural progression. And so we educate them so that when they get to the kindergarten level, they're ready to be successful. They're good with their language, the time management. So these are things that we want to do. We also teach teenagers. We teach them relationship classes. Why? Because many times nobody talks to them about dating or being a girl focused in on goals 5, 10, 20 years down the road. Sometimes the decisions that they make are just for the now. And we teach them how to understand who they are and be able to set those goals. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Well, I hope to be in college. Have you thought about what you're going to take in college? Yeah. What are you going to do after college? Well, I think I'm going to do. So we teach them so they can not get taken off track to their goals. We think that's important.
Yeah, both of my teens have gone through the teen program, and they really enjoyed the process, and they learned a lot, and it helped to foster additional conversations, with as a parent. Plus, you guys give some like $100 Amazon gift card for completion, so like that was another bonus.
Yeah, we understand the teenagers' language, right? They're like, what's in it for me? Because a lot of them don't think, I don't need relationship advice. Come on. But sit with us and participate with us. And at the end of the week, you will have $100 Amazon gift certificate. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Win-win.
Yes.
Win. I don't know, if $100 Amazon gift cards doesn't motivate you, then maybe we should just cane them until they take the program.
Old school, Antonio. Old school.
I told both of my teens,
Take that program already.
That they were not allowed to date until they had completed this program successfully.
That'd be great. You know why Mommy wrote for this grant? Because she heard, I think it was 2018, there was a significant uptick in teenage pregnancies. Oh, wow. And she could have just said, that's how kids are, what are you going to do? But she wrote for this grant to teach them, this is what relationships should look like. Here are the warning signs. Here's the red flags. Here's, if you see this, you might need to let this person go because you deserve a higher level of friendship and relationship.
That's not normal, right? Because not all of our kids understand what's healthy versus
healthy boundaries, things like that.
Boundaries, yes.
Boundaries.
Yes.
It's not just the dad sitting on the front porch cleaning a handgun when the boyfriend comes to pick up the daughter. More than those kind of boundaries.
Yeah.
What time she coming?
What time she coming? Not 11:30. I'm thinking 7:30.
And then as they're driving away, you're looking at the boy. You're like,
yeah. I went to prison once. I'll go again.
Well, we got a couple minutes here to wrap it up. I kind of want to just briefly remind people that tell us about these buttons, and then the 3 things real quick: the back to school, adopt a family, and donation dollar vouchers.
Yeah, so we accept donations of you can go through our portal right here. It's secure. It goes through our PayPal. So as soon as you click one of those, it'll ask you your name, address, and then your amount that you like to donate. So that's really simple there. We also are trying to make sure that people can donate gift cards. If they like a certain restaurant gift cards are a huge hit. So here's the big hits for gift cards. Amazon, Costco, Walmart, Target, grocery stores, Zippy's, Ruby Tuesday. These are all favorites of the families that we work, because a lot of times food is one of the issues. What are we going to eat now? When somebody loses their job due to COVID, what do we do now? So these are the types of things that the gift cards are really come in handy as well.
I think me personally, here's my suggestion for everybody out there. You're looking, your heart is opening up right now with this very compelling live stream that we're doing. And I would highly recommend that this is the gift card that you bring to the Laulima Giving Program. You guys ready?
Oh, that's a nice gift card.
Yeah.
This is the gift card that you give to the Laulima Giving Project, because then they'll figure out what places that those families want to go to shop at.
Yes.
Right here. Here's your gift
right
card.
There. That's a nice gift card. You can send that one to me, Attilio, if you
this is
like.
From my uncle. His name is Grant.
Uncle Grant.
Uncle Grant. So thanks so much for being on the program. We want
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Laulima Giving Program. If you're, shout out for us if you're looking to buy or sell. We are donating proceeds from all of our transactions to the Laulima Giving Program. In fact, we have Michael at the office. We're going to be meeting him there because we have made a whole fresh batch of spam musubi that we're not going to be donating spam musubi. We got the big foam check.
And actually, Michael, you see on the table there's a little program about a cruise.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing I saw.
We're going to be donating a cruise to the Laulima Giving Program to use it.
Wow.
If you guys want to use it for a charity auction or just however you see fit.
Yeah.
Wow. Michael Wong, something like that.
Michael Wong's, R&R.
That is awesome. How generous of you. That's fantastic. Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
December 15th, because we're going to highlight companies like you. December 15th at our Laulima Telethon on KHON. We're going to be on all day. We're going to, again, music, Tanya Joaquin and the 808 Living 808 team are going to sponsor that. We're gonna highlight different major sponsors. Definitely Team Lally as well. The December 15th, it's a Wednesday. It's our final push for donations. People can call in, they give their credit card information, and
awesome.
Hey.
Will Jerry Lewis be there? No. I think he died.
Jerry's might be a while.
Coming down from heaven.
Michael Wong will be there.
Michael Wong will be there. You're the Jerry Lewis of Oahu, right? You're gonna have to, but anyway, thanks so much for being on this live. We'll go ahead and wrap it up, and then because we got to get over to that office and get you that big foam pet. But stay with us as we go out with our video.